What up, peeps? It's your girl, Dash. Come back to Girl Takes Well. It's that time, you guys. It's horror short time, and this one is through Alter. It's titled The Visit. Definitely feeling that title, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts and then you guys. Looks good.
你怎么又瘦了？
有吗？工作多，压力大就吃不多吗？
哎呀，你们台北人呐、不要只为了工作，这样对你肚子的宝宝不好。
知道啦。
奶奶，我们从台北帮你买了新的电视，吃晚饭的时候可以帮你装起来。
不要，不需要。
哎，奶奶，他都已经买了。
好吧，这样不太麻烦哈。
好，没问题。
多吃一点啊。
奶奶，去年不是有买一台洗碗机给你吗？怎么不用啊？
哎呀，我自己可以洗嘛，干嘛要靠你机器
Sounds like some grandma said too.
奶奶，
吵死人了！拔掉！
这是很给你的。
不要，拔掉，它很吵，拔掉。我告诉你啊，我不要这个新的电视机，因为它太吵。
奶奶，他买新电视给你，是想让你生活过得好一点吗？
我过得不好吗？我现在很好啊，我好得很，搬回去，愁死我了。拿走。我说错了吗？哈，反正我说什么他也听不懂，拿回去。
Really? Such a secluded area.
My spy is working. Haven't even sent out any of these emails.
Why don't you leave that for when we get back? Do you really think your grandmother would agree to move to the city with us?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. After coming back, it seems like she may never leave. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Is she still outside? Where's her grandma?
奶奶，奶奶。
5'2".
160公分。
不好意思，160公分，不好意思。好，谢谢你，警察先生。
What did they say? Are they gonna send a search party or do something?
Yeah, they said that a person can't be considered missing unless they've been missing 48 hours or longer.
Oh my gosh, oh
They
God.
must have misunderstood you.
No, sweetie.
I'll make a call by myself and re-explain the situation.
No. Yes. Stop. Wouldn't worry so much about it, okay? She's lived here for what, your whole life? Just try to get some rest, okay?
Now you can go out there and look for her. That's not right. She's out there somewhere in the dark and you don't see her. Are you kidding me?
I drove out for 2 hours looking for 奶奶 and you know 她年纪这么大了，她一个人在外面，天气又这么的不好，她有可能会遇到任何的危险，她有可能会受伤。你就站在这边叫我什么都不要做，叫我不要担心，你觉得有可能吗
？Sophia, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go out there and find her. Is it the next day? Yeah, that's real weird.
You should eat something.
I'm not that hungry.
Look, if you don't eat anything, it's not going to be good for the baby. I'm going into town tomorrow morning to grab some groceries. Probably won't be back until late. Sophia, 多吃点。
Just out of the blue, like. So unsettling about that. Don't tell me that's her. Okay, something happened because. Come on now.
奶奶，我一直在找你耶，你还好吗？
我很好啊，我只是出来散个步，然后到邻居家去喝杯茶。
什么邻居啊？
我干嘛要告诉你啊？奇怪，
都不知道我有多担心你。
哎呀，你们城市里的人呐，就那么大惊小怪的。我只是出来半个钟头，有那么夸张啊
？What? No, you were not going to rehab now.
奶奶，你已经失踪5天了。
笑死！你是发烧了，还是你的脑袋烧坏了啊？真是。
Yeah, she need to go to the city with you, sweetie, because something's just not right. Oh wow.
这个小飞呀，她一个人住，真的是很孤单。不过她饺子做的真的好吃，所以呢，她让我每个月给她送一次高丽菜。他们家里头一直逼着她结婚，哎，可是那个男的啊，比她大20多岁。
那听起来你跟这个小飞很熟了啊？
新娘子啊，不应该那么悲伤。 到了，到了，到了。
奶奶，奶奶，你确定是这里吗？
嘿嘿，门没有锁。小飞，小飞啊！哎，小飞。
This person passed, and she just keeps going there thinking she's sick. Okay, please tell me you went back to the house where your husband's gonna be soon.
除了有一点胃痛的反应，奶奶身体没有什么问题。她身上的刮伤很淤青，可能是在野外待这么多天的结果。但其中有一个报告却让人有点不太舒服。
你说？
你奶奶跟我们说她肚子痛，她说很有可能是吃了太多她朋友给的饺子，但是我们其实没有找到任何饺子或食物，在奶奶嘴里也没有找到残余物。
那还是吃什么？
其实过去几天她吃的东西只有动物的。
Oh my.
Drive safely.
谢谢。
You sure you want to stay there, sweetie? All right, you guys, I really did enjoy this horror short. First off, I want to say kudos to the writer director. I want to say Roxy Shih. Hope I'm saying her last name correctly. My apologies if I'm not. I like the take on us dealing with it could be considered like a spirit of sorts. Though, of course, the setting with the actual horror short being at I think it's Taiwan, and I like how, of course, the granddaughter goes to visit her grandmother. Grandma's definitely independent, you know, does everything herself, and likes it that way, very fierce in, you know, what she wants, speaks her mind. Because you can see when the granddaughter, you know, of course, comes with her husband to visit, you know, them just trying to and help with it, you know, they can getting her things. I think she said something about a dishwasher, and then of course I'm bringing a TV, you know, just trying to do little certain little things like that, you know. But you can see how she kind of shrugs it off. She doesn't want that. She does perfectly fine on her own. If she needs a washer, she does it with her hands, as she said. Doesn't really need the TV. Makes noise she doesn't like, and I can see a little bit of tension in regards to She's used to things a traditional way, and you can see him trying to modernize, with the, of course, dishwasher or with, updated TV, and she's like, I don't really need these things. She does perfectly fine, goes out there, tends to her, her garden, makes her food, washes her stuff. She's happy. I will say this, I would be concerned as, if I was a granddaughter, her being out there by herself. That's probably the main thing. And clearly that was an issue that probably wanted to address or bring up before things kind of took a turn where you can see they want her to come back and live in the city, but you can already tell because when she makes comments like, oh, you city people, this, whatever, you're not eating up, you're just all out here working, this is this, you need to eat, get the baby on the way. But then, just one of the occasions, first thing when she goes out there to tend to the garden, getting some things, doesn't return. And of course, they're concerned. Of course, at first, you're calling and they always say, give it 48 hours. And I felt a little bad when she didn't want to listen to her husband saying, oh, you must have didn't say it right. I'm like, no, he said it correctly. I know you're frustrated, but that's normal protocol guidelines that go with that. It has to be 48 hours. And to her, I can understand that, she's, much older lady and anything could happen to her. Who really wants to wait that long? But to see that she does come back in contact with her grandmother and her grandmother, thinking, of course, you're being nosy. Why do you need to know where I'm at? But I've only been gone a half an hour when she really was gone for 5 days. And then her explained to her about her friend who makes great dumplings. I think she said her name was Fee. I'm like, okay. I can see clear she wanted to walk with her, probably to go let her see where her neighbor lives, and she goes to visit to, talk to whatever, and about some, supposedly range of marriage or whatever, just overall discussion. And when you get there, things don't look the way you would think. The home looks a little disheveled. You see, it looks like to be worms, whatever, and all that hovering, this, whatever. It doesn't have a good smell to it because you can see clearly from her granddaughter's look of her face, like it was some sort of stench. Things were just not how she would appear and making her think her grandmother's just, going through the motions of certain things, that this is, yeah. So clearly she ends up making a decision with her husband that I'm going to stay with my grandmother for a while. He's going to go back, to tend to some stuff probably in the city, then come back with her to get her eventually on, but I'm just going to stay with my grandmother. I don't really want to leave her alone. And, I can understand it rightly so, but the part that gets me is that ending. It's just like when they go inside after they've tended to the stuff outside, early in the day, and you see what looks like to be a visual of a person walking up, look like with a pot. Now remember what she said. Her friend makes such great, these delicious dumplings. She has a pot like she's going to serve up some food. So it's just like I'm stumped, and I'm gonna tell you like this: you want them to be longer when I talk about the horror short, but sometimes you leave certain things up to interpretation, and that's fine. You just kind of go with it. But let's just say if it extended a little bit and she went up to the door, opened up and saw this woman, I wonder what would have happened. So yes, I really did. And that is very creepy. I will say also, I really did enjoy the grandmother. She was just so fiery, just like a little, firecracker, just the way she carried, and whatever, like I said, just set in her ways. And that's just kind of how a lot of our elders are. They really are. Tradition, whatever, it doesn't matter. I love the overall scenery. Just it was so beautiful, very secluded the way it was set up, but just beautifully and all that. That's why I said when you didn't see her for a while, I was like, where could she? She could be anywhere because it didn't look like it was any homes or any neighbors, really for miles. So that's why I was just like, oh my goodness. But yes, I truly did enjoy this horror short. That's always a scary thought of a family member just up and, you don't see them and you don't know where they are. And just like one of the worst things that you would ever probably have to deal with. So with that said, you guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next horror short. You guys take care.